This Mrgrrr understands. I see this on the street. I see the little picture with the dude with the skateboard and the bike. Even if I didn't understand the Queen's English, which I do, I'd realize that, I don't know what those words mean, but there's something that have to do with bikes and skateboards. So I parked my bike over there next to George Washington after seeing this sign. And then Mrgrrr noticed this sign. There are no coincidences, there are only miracles. I was thinking about riding the mayor tomorrow on Monday. We're getting close to September. October is right around the corner, and October is by far my favorite month of the year, but my goodness. I know I'm off October 5th because I don't work in October. Mrgrrr takes October off to do this sort of thing, to recharge the spirit, to recharge the batteries, to defragment the hard drive, so to speak. So, yeah. There is nobody that takes physical fitness to the extreme like firefighters. If I had to say who are the fittest dudes inside of Neenah, Wisconsin, I wouldn't say it's not the Army National Guard. I wouldn't say it's the retired Marines that live on my street. They've earned some rest. Even the guys at the PD, I seen them on their video working on their crime fighting skills, and they look pretty solid. But man, nobody takes physical fitness to the extreme like a firefighter. And I don't think if I go to the firefighter department and say, hey, my name is Mrgrrr, can I have an application? They'll be like, how old are you? And I'll be like, hey, my founding fathers made some rules, and in those rules, you cannot ask me my age, sir. How you doing? Jesus, George, Jesus, man. You and Ben, are you guys, is this a new style? Was this a thing back in the 1700s? Having cobwebs all over your face? Come on, man. You know what's funny is last week I had a very serious heart-to-heart conversation with the assistant police chief here in Neenah, Wisconsin. And then like 2 minutes later, he saw me sitting at a statue next to Thomas Jefferson, whispering in his ear, George. Do you think he's checking me out, making sure I'm okay? You know what? I want him to. I really do. Because if you go deep into the histories of we the people of Mrgrrr, you're going to find some skeletons in my closet, but it's nothing I'm not ashamed of. Now, George Washington was a brilliant man, but what you don't realize, because he's just a statue now, he was a soldier first, and an impressive specimen, and just an intimidating and overpowering presence that inspired the men on the battlefield. You don't see a whole lot of that anymore around here. Like the masculine men that go into the Marines or the police department or the fire department, we kind of make people nervous, don't we, George? So it's kind of fine. It's kind of hard to find a place where we sit where we belong. At least in modern society, when you are fighting a revolution against the British, having you around was a good thing, big time. Having a strong, charismatic leader with an inspiring presence. The kids call that Riz these days, shortened for charisma. So all I gotta say, George, is all them cobwebs on your face do not help. You're not gonna get any views on TikTok unless you get that crap off your face, because that's what it's all about now. Who gets the most views on TikTok? Not who inspires people, not who makes the world a better place. George, if only Ben Franklin would have got that time machine done in time so I could come back and march with you, that would have been an awesome thing. But anyway, I'm going to touch base with all the greats today. I'm going to stop, talk to George here. There's Abe Lincoln across the street. Boop. He has like his hat in front of him, like George's hat's right there. Hey, George. Now, if I put my Captain America hat on you, George, would that be disrespectful? Because you were kind of like the Captain America of your day. You know, I'm going to have to talk to my editor and say, hey, is making a video with George Washington wearing a Captain America stocking cap disrespectful? A lot of people would think it is, but man, you're my hero, George. Without you, we wouldn't have Captain America. We wouldn't have the mayor's charity run and walk. So thank you. I appreciate you. And I hope that when the end is all done and I have made my last video, I get to shake your hand and thank you personally. I believe I get to do that at the end of a long, hard struggle that we call life. All right, you take care, sir. I'm gonna go talk to that tall, goofy guy across the street, Abraham Lincoln. Kind of like the opposite of you. I don't know. Do you think that Abe Lincoln could do a pull-up in his prime? My money's on no. I'm gonna go talk to him about that. Now, before I stop and talk to Abraham Lincoln, there's a very cute couple enjoying some quality time with each other here at the plaza. And I don't want to ruin a romantic, possibly, moment by being the guy that starts talking to Abraham Lincoln out of the corner of their eye. All right, where's this sign, brother? Because I don't see it. I did not just take it down, neither. That's not how I roll. I'm not passive-aggressive. Everybody says I'm passive-aggressive, but hey, you go home and you give Smog a hello from Mr. Gurr. Would you like my business card, sir?
I think you gave me one.
Well, do you want to have another one to give to someone else? Because I'm all about making the world a positive place, and I can tell you are too. Hey, appreciate you saying no. Have a good day. Mr. Gurr needs to be told no all the time. Don't be afraid of saying no to Mr. Gurr. But yeah, apparently they only take credit cards here. They might even take Bitcoin here. This is kind of like a new age place, but I walked in and wanted to buy a glass of water and put some $2 bills in the tip jar, and they said, Captain America, your cash is no good here. That scares the crap out of me a little bit. That, hey, if I was really hungry and wanted something to eat and I came to a place like this and they said, no, sir, sorry, even though you have $100, we can't feed you. So I wonder what George would think about that. I wonder what Abe Lincoln would think about that. But anyway, I need to talk to Jessica. If you come here to the skating rink, this big, beautiful oval of concrete, you can see the faint remnants of sidewalk chalk here. So I talked to the manager of the plaza, which is over there, about, hey, is it possible to get some kids in here with sidewalk chalk, draw up on this thing, make it beautiful, inspiring, and amazing, and then take some pictures of it and share it with the world? That sounds to me like an amazing, amazing idea. So what does this say? D-A-N. You know, I almost want to say Dante, like Dante's Inferno, or it could be Danny, D-A-N-N. I don't know if that's a T or if that's a Y. So my money's either on Danny or Dante. And either of those works for me. But maybe whoever wrote this in chalk is on a real good idea here. So anyway, I'm going to pass on Abraham Lincoln today. I asked the gentleman that owns Smog the Lizard if he thinks Abraham Lincoln could do a pull-up. And he didn't know. And I asked him, could he do a pull-up? And he said no. But that doesn't mean he isn't going to make the world a better place. Anybody that names their pet lizard Smog, that's a hero in my eyes. Next time, Abe. Ooh. 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 Abe. I gotta go, Abe. We got a couple having a romantic moment over there, and I don't want to interrupt. But gotta put a little money in your hat. And, you know, a little inspiration. I believe you have one pull-up in you. Got that. cobwebs off your feet. You got a spider in your ear there, Abe. God bless you. All right, I'll talk to you later. I just bumped into the most adorable couple ever walking their dogs. They fortunately do not have any children that are addicted to TikTok yet, Thomas. Dogs are better, aren't they? Yeah. They don't have quite as many problems as the children do. I just met another gentleman named Robert. He has one of these gizmos on his bicycle. He was listening to Post Malone and Dolly Parton. I was listening to Post Malone, driving around like I own the world, listening to Sunflowers. It's kind of like my theme music when I want to think about my darling wife. But hey, of all the presidents so far, Thomas, you're the one that's taking best care of themselves, because them other presidents, they had so many cobwebs and spider webs on their face, it almost felt disrespectful to me. So I made a joke to that couple that was walking by that if I wore a French-made outfit with a feather duster, went around town and dusted the faces of all the presidents, a video like that would probably go viral. And, you know, but that's not the goal. That's not the goal, Thomas. It's not the goal to draw attention to myself with this project. And that seems hard to believe. I know, walking around with a goofy backpack and Ernie hanging out of my back like Yoda. But I got another secret, Thomas. I think I'm out of $2 bills again. I gave them all away to the people at the coffee shop. They don't accept cash there, Thomas. So your $2 bill is no good there. So, hey, I want to talk to the manager and say, maybe I can do like a transaction and give her like $100 and $2 bills, and then I have a line of credit. And then they can just, you know, remember when they used to have a tab, Thomas? Like you go into the pub with, you know, your friends like George and Ben Franklin and say, hey, we know your money's good. Put it on their tab. I don't think they do tabs anymore. That's just kind of like a thing of the past. Thomas, I am a thing of the past, that is for sure. I have a notebook and paper and a pencil in my backpack. I also have Ernie from Sesame Street, but I'm hoping I get to do a little bit of this today, because I love that. I love putting my ideas out there. And then I look at them, Thomas, I look at my idea and say, no, I can't share that with the world. It's kind of a bummer. But someday, Thomas, I'm going to have the idea that, yep, that's the one that Mrgrrr needs to share with the world. Right now, that the idea is that kindness has no limits. I'm going to keep trying, Thomas. I bet you would have been a motorcycle guy, Ben, if you'd have been born in this day and age, trying to get the cobwebs off your face. You're looking pretty good, Ben, because I get to visit you probably more often than most. Of all the other dudes, you know, like George, you know, I'm big and strong like George, and Thomas Jefferson was the charming guy, and I can turn on the charm when I want to. Abe, he's just, man, Abe was a goofy dude that failed and 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 eventually became the highest rated president in the United States. The guy's legacy of failure is amazing. He's the guy that just never, ever, ever gave up. So mad respect to Abe Lincoln. But you and I are kindred spirits. I know I'm not as good a swimmer as you are, Ben. I wish you would quit bringing that up. Like I said, let's jump rope. We'll see who wins. But I'm an inventor. I'm an idea guy, Ben. I have all these ideas, and every single one of them I have, for every pro it has, every benefit it has to humanity, I can find a con that means you can't do it. Like Einstein and Oppenheimer, hey, good job with that atom bomb thing. No, not really. We have the power to eliminate all life on the planet. Is that a good thing? Not really. I mean, I don't have anything that's nuclear powered in my house. Just saying. But the idea of kindness having no limits, Ben, that's the one that I feel like I need to share with the world. Because we have seen the upper ends of our upper ends of human cruelty. I've seen it with my own eyes, Ben. You wouldn't believe the things that I've seen. But I do believe there's truth, that the opposite is true. If cruelty has no limits, then so does kindness. But anyway, Ben, I've been leaving these kind of around by the heroes of the past. Hopefully a hero of the future finds it. And if they have an idea that's going to definitely make the world a better place, I'm all in on it. I'm all in on it. Sometimes, Mr. Gurr, you just got to have faith.